Hai người lính ở hai bên chiến tuyến, nhưng giữa họ có cùng một điểm chung, đó là cuốn nhật ký được viết bởi một người lính Việt Nam nhưng được gìn giữ bởi một người lính Mỹ. 56 năm sau, vượt qua những ám ảnh của cuộc chiến, người cựu binh Mỹ đã quyết định thực hiện một hành trình ý nghĩa nhất trong cuộc đời. Hành trình trả lại cuốn nhật ký cho chủ nhân của nó tại Việt Nam. Đó cũng là một phần trong hành trình chữa lành những vết thương sau cuộc chiến của một cựu binh Mỹ, mặc cho với ông, chiến tranh đã khép lại hơn nửa thế kỷ.
As you know, my name is Peter Matthews, and I was born in the Netherlands. I came to the United States in 1963. I was drafted, and I went in the Army in 1966. And in 1967, I was sent to Vietnam for 1 year. We found a book while we were on a hilltop, and they gave it a number. It was Hilltop 724, and it was a couple of miles outside of Dak To. And I came upon an area where, I say 4 or 5 backpacks, pretty much together, but none of them was with attached to a person. There were some persons around who were killed. So we looked through it. We looked for papers, military information. And I happened to open it and found the booklet. And upon looking at it, I realized that there is no way that was military information. That it was stunningly beautiful, the artwork, the handwriting. So I was thinking, if I turn this in, it has no value as far as military. And I had no conflict but keeping it, because I appreciated the work. For the first 25, 30 years, not so much. I looked at it from time to time. But as I got older, I got over the trauma for the war. I became more relaxed with it. I looked at it a lot more. As I get older, I became more anxious to try to find it. So luckily, I never did look at the back side of the book. There were like 90 pages in the front. One day I noticed there were empty pages in the back, but then if you open it up a little more, there was one page. One page, which is this, it's in the back on the other side of the book, small page. And that had his actual name and address, and and that really started me to say, now I have something to go by. I can think of, it was on November 11th, but that's very vague, because while you're there you don't really keep a calendar with you, or time doesn't mean much. And I put it out on the internet, but it still took a long time, because people look at it, say nice pictures. Till there was a woman here, not far from here in Teaneck, next town over, who works for the paper here, the local paper in New Jersey, and she picked it up. Once she put it out, it went so quickly I couldn't believe it. And somehow it wound up with a newspaper in Vietnam. That's how it got over here.
đôi ta đẹp quá em ơi. Nhớ không em, những buổi xế chiều đêm thu đó, bóng đôi mình trong nóng, đêm thu đó bóng đôi mình.
I remember it was about 3 o'clock in the morning here when they found, and when they went to the sister's house, and I saw it on camera, and I cried. I must say, tears in my eye. Some of it from emotional, and some of it from happiness. Do I feel how I feel? It changes from time to time. I feel sad because I look at it and say, I feel what this person could have been if he's still around. He may have been a writer, a poet, an artist, and that's sad. But I now start to feel better because I know it's going to go someplace where it belongs. First time I came to Vietnam, I had to sleep in the mud, and I don't do that this trip. So, but no, it's so long ago, and the circumstances are so different. It's difficult to compare. That I have sort of rediscovered by accident. We found the name of a person. It has sort of rekindled my whole feeling. For the first time, I've spoken about it to my kids. My kids were there. I put the war behind me, unjustly so. And I apologize for that because it took me all this time. I should have done this years and years ago.
It's all right.
But that's life. I mean, what am I going to do? I didn't plan it either. So it's emotional. I had some tears. I still have tears in my eyes, thinking about everything. And but that's why I'm here. I hope that the next couple of days, especially meeting the sisters, will definitely make a difference in how, well, first in how they feel, because that's what it's all about. It's not about me, it's about them. But it's going to make me feel a lot better too. So the end goal is that this time when I leave back home for Vietnam, that I have a very good impression.
Oh, yeah, we want to hand you some flowers. Thank you so much for coming to Vietnam.
The family,
Yeah.
and for Peter to have closure,
Yeah, I know.
and it's so nice to bring the diary or the booklet, okay, back to Vietnam where it belongs. It belongs here, and I'm just so grateful that we can do this. I'm looking forward to meeting the family of, I guess you call the soldiers martyrs.
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that, and I'm looking forward to meeting them. In a way, it's very emotional. It's very emotional for.
Well, I've been looking at a lot of programs on TV. They walk you through in the restaurants and the hotels. Like I said before, I'm very happy this trip not to sleep in the woods, in the mud. And from what I've seen on TV, I'm looking to see a country that is prosperous, that's at peace. I'm very happy to go back and take a look at a new Vietnam.
Đây là thân Trinh ạ.
parents. The parents of the mother.
Đây là kỷ vật đang còn lại ha.
Like I said, the responses I have from the Vietnamese people have been so kind, and it's amazing. So in that respect, I'm sort of get myself prepared for it. But the emotional part of it, I'm a human being too. You can't just wish it away and think it's not going to come back. So it was rough this morning because when I met the oldest sister, she was confined to a wheelchair. And when I saw her there and I got real close to her, that was a very emotional moment.
Đấy là áo gì mà năm nay tặng em vậy?
Bác Mia là mời cô đỡ chưa? Cô đỡ thế? Mời cô đỡ đi ạ.
A better time for the people of Vietnam, and I'm very happy to see it prosper. I'm happy that you can tell the people are relaxed. They're living their life, whereas the first time I was here, it was obviously very tense, no comparison. It's been a long time, about 56 years since I was in Vietnam. I came here yesterday from New York City. This was a long trip, so it was worthwhile. could use the words day and night. I could use the word war and peace. It is that big a change. I wouldn't at this point recognize. Some people ask me, "Do you want to go back to Dakto, where I was involved in a big battle?" And I say, "Well, what's the use? There's nothing left there that I would." And on the other hand, I wouldn't want to. I'm not here to relive the war. I'm here to help forget it and move on to a better time for the people of Vietnam. It's a sad, and I couldn't be of help with the diary because the diary I found was in a backpack, not attached to a soldier. So I could never say I found it off a dead soldier. It was loose by itself. Well, it's called a forever rose because it's inside glass. And my wife and I felt that this book that he has, that he wrote, even though he passed away, that book can live on forever. And we wanted to. I came here to try to change my mind for a peaceful unit. And I am, not that I'm not interested or that it's not important, but I am trying to, by coming here and returning the booklet, I'm trying to give myself a new view of Vietnam. I have the old one. Well, I know exactly what this is. This is B-52 raid.
Yeah.
It's called the cluster. They raided. They just dropped maybe, on one run they could drop maybe 100 bombs, I don't know. I've been in this view myself. So I am looking to make that view disappear a little bit more. I can never forget it completely. So I'm really not willing to discuss anything that happened during my time when I was here as a soldier, other than when I found the book. I'm trying to get something going that is positive. Again, I'm not dismissing it. I'm not saying it's not important. When you're a soldier, whether you like to be a soldier or not, you follow orders. I would think that most North Vietnamese soldiers had much more motivation than the average American soldier, just because it's your country. We were here not to free our own country. So I have no hostility, and I don't feel any hostility. I met some veterans today, some leaders of the veterans groups, and at this point you feel you were almost like a comrade in combat, and now you're a comrade in peace, and you're both happy that you're still here to talk about it. It's beyond belief. It's the most positive thing I've had in a long time. It just slowly built up, and I can't believe how many people, between the emails I get and the Facebook, and I couldn't in my wildest dreams have imagined that it would go this way. So I'm so grateful to all the people of Vietnam for supporting us. It's like a fairy tale.
Are you relieved yet about after?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
That's great to hear.
Sẽ chẳng có ai là người chiến thắng trong một cuộc chiến tranh. Nó chỉ mang đến sự đau khổ, cùng cực cho người dân và những tổn thương tâm lý cho chính những người lính. Không dễ dàng để quên đi một cuộc chiến. Ông Peter Matthews đã dành hơn 60 năm để chữa lành một phần nào đó những tổn thương của mình. Ở đâu đó trên trái đất này vẫn đang diễn ra những cuộc xung đột, vẫn có những cái chết và cả sự khổ đau. Dù sau này chiến tranh có kết thúc thì cũng khó mà lành lại. Làm sao đó để không còn chiến tranh.